I want to turn to your parents for a moment. I remember your dad as a running back, but more than that, I remember hearing that he went to Yale. And I remember how unusual that was, that not only was an NFL player coming from the Ivy Leagues, but in particular, a black NFL player and a black player who was an all-pro had come from the Ivy Leagues. Tell me, and maybe tell other people, a little bit about your dad. Like, how did this guy end up in the Ivy Leagues in the 1960s before there were many black people? Forget players, many black people in the Ivy Leagues. Like, where did he come from? How did he end up at Yale? And how did he end up in the NFL?
Yeah, no, it's an incredible story. It really starts with my grandparents. And, my grandfather, Henry Hill, and my grandmother, Elizabeth Hill, they were from South Carolina. My grandfather had a second grade education. And so my grandmother taught him how to read. My father was in middle school in Turner Station, Baltimore. And there was an opportunity for a scholarship to go to a northeastern boarding school. And, he didn't want to go. I mean, he wanted to stay in Baltimore. But my grandfather knew that this was a feeder system to some of the great schools, the Ivy League schools. So he made him go. And it was an absolute culture shock. Obviously, he excelled as an athlete, football, baseball, basketball, track. And so, when he was a parade All-American in high school and had all the schools looking at him, he ended up, deciding on Yale. And he'll say that was one of the best decisions he's ever made.
The That Mailbox Came Out of Nowhere policy from American Family Insurance.